Thank you very much. Starting off our stream today with a level 2 hype train, guys. We got some long-term resubs, some bits. Thank you, Cookie and Mish, for those. We got White Dove coming in, and we can start the stream by saying first thing that this stream is dedicated to White Dove 160. Thank you for saving up your 50,000 pots and pans points. Just watching the stream doesn't cost you anything monetarily. And you can request me to make something special for you live on stream. And I always try to make sure that you guys are here for it too, so that you can be a part of your stream that is dedicated to you. So thanks for the 54-month resub, White Dove, to get things started. And Cookie with the tier 2, 63 months as well. Does that mean we're over the, was that 5 years? 62 months was 5 years, right? Am I wrong doing math? Thank you for the 1,000 bits, and Mish for the 56. Okay. What else we got in here? Catching up. Bonk, it's good to see you. I hope everyone had a good week at work. Didn't work too hard. We had a really nice, just chill stream yesterday. We built a couple sets of Legos from the botanical collection. I was thinking maybe they would look good up on top of the fridge. I was trying to think of where I wanted to put them. Maybe we'll show them off today and stick them up there, see how we feel. Who's popping? That's the water to get it started. Thank you. And yeah, so White Dove requested, just with her pots and pans, she said something with king crab, a special meal for the two of us. And this was requested months and months ago. I think like 3 or 4 months ago she requested it. And so we've kind of waited and watched. We just had an anonymous tip of $100. We just had another tip of $100. Holy shit. Who did that? I mean, I think I have an idea, but thank you very much, guys. Oh my god. My grocery goal was set at 40. Just destroyed it. Almost by 2. Thank you. If you're paying for the crab, thank you very much. Love you. Okay, so we've waited these last few months and watched the prices of king crab between like a couple of different stores that we would trust buying it from, right? Because you always want a nice quality if you're going to spend money on something like this. So we ended up finding at Costco a different style of king crab. It's a southern style king crab, which each of us, we have never tried before. It was a little bit less expensive. That also means that it is like raised in different waters, in warmer water, compared to the Alaskan crab is in colder waters. So we did watch a couple YouTube videos about the difference between the two styles of king crab too. And sounds like there's not too much of a difference. The only thing they really said is the colder the water, kind of the sweeter your shellfish is going to be. So just keep that in mind, right? Boris, are we back from the trip? We postponed the trip. We only went a little ways, and then we had like a big thing in our life happen, so we had to postpone the trip. But we will go at one point or another. It's still gonna happen. Nice thing about a road trip is you can go anytime, right? I said really lucky that we didn't have flights that we had to cancel or something like that, right? Just paid for the meal. Literally just paid for the meal. Okay, so let's show this off then. And if you guys can hear it, the dishwasher is going literally right in front of me. So this was what we found in the freezer section. And yeah, bonk! During our Lego stream yesterday, we had a cook with cannabis redemption. Like, someone saved up 420,000 points for that. I don't know how long that would take to save up, but check this out. So Aquastar, I've used this brand before of different types of seafood, and it's really good. So southern king crab, star cut legs and claws. This is what the package looks like. So it's 908 grams, which is 2 pounds? 2 pounds worth. On the back, gives you like a little bit of instructions to heat it. So we're just gonna steam this through because this is typically fully cooked when you buy it. Does it say on here? It doesn't say. It says pre-cracked shell, but it does not say yet if it's actually all cooked. Okay, I'm gonna say it's cooked because you can just serve it chilled. All you have to do is thaw it right from the bag. So yeah, we're just gonna steam this today, guys. And one important thing when you're steaming shellfish like this is you have to think it's coming out of the ocean already. So I don't usually salt that water if you're gonna steam or boil your shellfish. You could always salt it after, but I usually find this stuff is kind of pre-seasoned on its own. And we checked out the legs as well and the claws. I don't even know if I can see. Oh yeah, there's one pretty big claw in there. We thought that was good. We thought that was pretty good looking for being a southern king crab versus Alaskan. And then we had a nice busy morning today as well, guys. Went to 3 different stores. We did farmers market at 8 o'clock to get lots of yummy fresh produce and fresh herbs for the week coming up. That was successful. Then after that, we went to just the regular store to grab like lemons and a couple other things that the other store didn't have. And then lastly, went to the Asian market and got some fresh manila clams to put into our pasta today. So we are having a fun seafood stream. And summer, I always have this craving for seafood. So it's a good time to make this sort of stuff. And then the other thing that we're making today is one of my absolute favorites is homemade pasta. We haven't made this in a long time. So we'll pull up our recipe in Discord that Cookie has posted once upon a time when we made it on a previous stream. And we're gonna make some fresh fettuccine noodles. We'll get Samo to help us, and then we have our cutter that we can use on the Encarcerum today. It's gonna be a fun stream, I think. Thanks for the follow, Lil Happy Savage. Welcome. And guys, I got a new hype train emote. Thank you. So Southern King Crab Bonk's pulling this up. Found off the southern South American coast. And then on the Pacific side, it's found in Chile. So this does say it is completely wild caught, and that is something that we want to look for, right? Where is this from? Harvested in Argentina. Product of China. So they harvest it in Argentina, and then they deal with it in China, and then distribute it from there. Now we know. What's the weird non-English language on the packet? I'm assuming it's the French. So in Canada, all of our labeling, is it just, no, it's not just food, guys. It's literally everything, right? All of our packages are labeled with both English and French on it. Southern meaning Southern Canada, Cookie. I think we'll be okay, guys. Yeah, we'll find something soon for Samo. Like I said, though, it was just a little bit, well, not even a little bit. It was a lot unexpected. But I guess one chapter always closes and you gotta open the next one, right? That's life. That is life. Okay, let's make a little listeroo. Go through our menu and recipes for the day and get started. I don't think this is gonna take very long, but we'll see how it goes. So steamed king crab, that's all we're gonna do with this, and then we'll just serve it with some clarified butter. We'll make that together today, and maybe just some lemon on the side fresh. And then we will have an actual proper dish on the side with our clams and our pasta. I didn't really feel like putting the king crab into the pasta, but I thought it would be a really nice accompaniment with everything. So our Italian fettuccine alle vongole, which vongole means clam in Italian. 5-hour stream incoming. No, it won't be. It won't. So Bonk makes you wonder if it's harvested and then processed by China off the waters of Argentina, like on that side. Probably, right? That would make the most sense. Sam says 4.5 hours. You guys. Okay, let me pop up these recipes for myself. So I think the first thing we'll start with is making our pasta because it always has to rest. I like a 45-minute rest with our pasta dough before we are able to roll it out. But the longer it rests, the nicer your noodles will turn out. So don't try to rush it. And then we'll also read about this clam pasta. I've made this before on stream. Have not made it since we lived on the coast in BC. So it's been at least 3 years or more since we've had this. I don't know where the time goes, guys. Just getting me on a tangent. Yeah, basically clam and garlic pasta. That's what I said. I was like, do we really want to make the trek out to the Italian market to get the seafood? Because I could just make aglio olio, which would be good pasta with the king crab too. But no, we got the clams. And yeah, all of these clams was $16. I kind of messed up the label, so I can't see the weight, but maybe a couple pounds worth. 1 pound. Mickey, how's it going? Welcome in. Okay, so this is a Serious Eats recipe. Like I said, really, really delicious. And it's quite simple pasta recipe. Like, you don't really make a tomato sauce or a cream sauce for it. It's like a one-pan wonder. I love those. Okay, what does he say here? Is this a Kenji recipe? No, it's a Daniel Gritzer recipe. Sometimes they say some fun things at the start of the article. Okay, this is how he starts it. Sometimes when I'm eating a bowl of pasta with tomato sauce, I think to myself, man, what I really want to have is a bunch of little rocks scattered throughout these noodles. I mean, who doesn't think that? Can't even begin to describe the relief I feel when I finally have a plate of shell-strewn... Okay, I'm gonna say fettuccine, but he has the recipe for spaghetti, which is also good. So shell-strewn fettuccine alle vongole in front of me. I can futilely tap the tines of my fork against all the stone-like bivalves. So a bivalve is what the clam is. Same with mussels. Some other shellfish. And then, okay, he says, obviously I'm kidding. Italy's pasta with clams has the double distinction of being one of the world's great seafood dishes and one of its great pasta dishes. So it's both a good seafood dish and a good pasta dish to know. And I would say yes. If you are just getting into eating clams and seafood, this is a really good intro for it. Just reading through. Okay, so he says, what is spaghetti alle vongole in Bianco? So Bianco just means a, like, white sauce, but not what we would think, like a creamy white sauce. It's like an olive oil white sauce. Hi, yet it is. Welcome in. We're just going over what we're doing today, and then we're gonna get started. Okay, so he says, if I were to describe the classic white alle vongole sauce, I say it's a basic aglio olio with clams and white wine added. We're gonna use a cider that was aged in wine barrels for this. It's like a blush cider. So then he also says there's a red version of this, which you can just put some fresh chopped tomatoes, which would be absolutely fantastic too. Would be really, really good to add that bit of sweetness. So if you guys don't know what aglio olio is, He says you start by cooking garlic and red pepper flakes in olive oil until it becomes fragrant, and you infuse the flavor into the oil. And then from there, you add your pasta and your wine and your little bit of pasta water to make the sauce. So it'll be a bit different when we add the clams. Okay, he says selecting, cleaning, and cooking the clams. So there's a few important things to know about the clams. He tested the recipe with 3 different types. He found cockles, manila clams, and little necks, and I found manillas today, which are a nice like medium-sized clam. Not too big. Sometimes manillas can get quite large, so watch that. And you'll just kind of run into getting frustrated if you choose like a really small clam, because then you have to shuck them all out of the shell. So up to you however much time you want, but manillas are definitely a great choice. And then the next thing we really want to do with our clams is to purge them. So that means starting to get the sand and any grit out of those shells, so that when we do add them into our pasta dish, we're not going to put a ton of sand into the sauce, because you'll just ruin the entire dish and it will be inedible. And that would be such a shame to go through all of that effort and then right at the end you ruin the whole dish by not rinsing your clams enough. This is such an important part if you are cooking seafood for both yourself and other people. It was always very stressful for me when I was working on the seafood station. Like I had mussels and clams to purge, and like sometimes we got other things like octopus, and like you always have to make sure they're clean every single day before you use them. Agnes Bees, thank you very much. What's up, Samo?
What about coming from where they were stored this time? Like they were in a tank.
Oh, true. Yeah, because I'm so used to just getting clams like fresh out of the ocean. Whereas this I got today, like they were in water that was being circulated already. I wonder if you won't have to purge as much. Let's see. Sand is so irritating when you eat seafood. It's a known thing though at the same time, right? You know if you're gonna eat seafood, there's always that little bit of risk that you might have sand. I will say though, when I bought the clams today, like the guy did really good before bagging them up. He also looked through the little basket and picked out, there was only 2 that we both felt weren't live anymore, so we got rid of those just so I didn't pay for that extra weight of something that I wouldn't be able to use. So having a good fishmonger also helps too. This is gonna be so good. I'm excited. So ingredients for this pasta dish: salt, clams, olive oil, garlic, red pepper flakes, white wine, pasta, butter, parsley, and I'm gonna add lemon in, but they didn't even have that. That's it, guys. Very, very simple. Really lets the seafood speak for itself. Okay, flipping over our little list here and then we'll get it started. Okay, first things first, we are going to make our pasta dough with our eggs and flour and knead it up, and then we will let it rest so that it's not super difficult to roll out. And we do have the pasta roller for the incarcerum too, so we don't have to use it by hand. Help ourselves out a bit. After we make the pasta dough, we're gonna let it rest for minimum 45 minutes. You can always go longer. You can even go overnight if you want to make this the day before, so that all you have to do is roll out your noodles and cook the seafood, right? Prep that part for you. All right, after the pasta dough, I think we will get into rinsing the clams and starting that. I usually just put them like into a bowl and then into the sink on a clean side where you can just put a small spout of cold water running over it continuously. And then you swish it around a bit, dump out all that water if it gets dirty, and then re-rinse it again. I usually like to do it 3 times until obviously the water is running clear. But if the water is already clear within the first 2, then you know you're good, right? So put rinse clams. After that, what do we want to do? Maybe prep all this stuff for the pasta, our garlic and stuff. Garlic and aromatics, our parsley, lemon. This is really good garnished with some Asiago too. So I'm gonna put that on the list. A little bit of salty cheese to bring it all together. And then I think after that, we will just cut up our crab legs into a bit smaller pieces to fit into the steamer basket. Prep crab. We can also clarify our butter. You don't have to clarify the butter. You could even just have it melted. That's okay too. And then I usually don't roll out the pasta noodles until close to when we are deciding to eat, because they don't take very long to boil. And then same with the clams. They don't take long at all to steam up in the pan when we make our pasta sauce. So we'll roll the pasta next. Let's say get our steamer basket going for our seafood. And then lastly, make the vongole and steam the crab. That is it, guys. Seems simple. There's a couple steps there involved, but I'm not worried. Let's get started. Okay, just gonna bring up from Discord our pasta recipe. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Oh, I should put egg pasta. Streamline this search. And this pasta recipe is from a restaurant in Vancouver. Where the heck is it? Do I keep going past it? I know that Cookie typed it out. How old did we say the redemption was? Let me see. This was from... It was way longer than I thought. I can't even say it. It's so long, Mish. I'm not even prepared for this. 8 months ago.
For what?
For this redemption.
Oh, man.
8 months, guys. We're holding on. We got it. Okay, I think I'm getting closer. Guys, I can't find it. Cookie. Kate's pasta recipe? Okay. I guess I didn't expect it to be called mine. But makes sense. Because that's what you guys know it as. I know it as not mine. Thanks, Cookie. Gangster from L9. Hello. Welcome. Okay. 500 grams of flour. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. About 3 to 4 whole eggs. And then 6 yolks. Olive oil as needed, and then lastly, very important one is love. Paloozer knows nothing. That's a lie, Pel. It's from 2020? No, the pasta recipe's from that. Mish, you thought the redemption was from 2020? Hilarious. Okay. Let's get our mixing bowl, and away we go. Ah! What did I do just now? Oh no. What did I do? My Discord just took up half of my page and then destroyed my entire OBS setup. Cool. Let me just fix it real quick. Like, it literally just deleted all of the settings that I had. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, back to this. And we're back. I think we just need a little wiperoo. Yeah, it was from a bowl. There's this. I always love to choose a nice shallow bowl to mix up pasta in or pie dough, anything of the like. And then we need our scale because everything's done by weight.
You could have got the best viewers though.
We could have got the best viewers, guys. I'm sorry. We messed it up. Oh, this barely fits, but I think we'll be okay. And I'm gonna do grams. There we go. You've been awake 10 minutes?
He hasn't had his creativity yet.
Flour, olive oil. And then we'll crack our eggies. Hopefully that's 500 grams of flour. That sounds like a lot. And this pasta recipe is best for, let's say, noodles. You can use it for lasagna. And then anything that you would use like a sheet pasta for, you can make ravioli. So 500 grams of flour. Oh my god, do we even have that? Might be more of a 250. Okay, we have 470 grams of flour, Sambo. But we have like more of the milled flour if you want a little bit of that in. To finish off the last 30 grams. We'll just use some fresh milled flour for the rest, guys. Otherwise, that was just a organic all-purpose. Let's use some of the flour that was grown 30 minutes away. Greek, another menu request? Dude, 50,000 points again saved up. He says bibimbap and pineapple upside down cake. I like all these things. We're like on a Korean food kick, hey guys? You like semolina flour? That's also good. Wait, Dove. Okay, that was 505. We're not gonna take it away. And then we'll keep this to the side because we might need a little bit when we roll it out later. Just so it doesn't stick when we cut the noodles. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna just take this away. Put it on the side while we deal with our eggs. And that's probably not enough eggs. If you use semolina, the pasta has more body. Yeah, it'll have like a bit more chew, okay? Really nice texture that way. Alright, we're gonna deal with the yolks first, and then we'll crack our whole eggs after. And then I always like to whip up the eggs together first. So Cookie said about 6 yolks, so we'll do all of these for the yolks. Do I really need this then? I don't think so. we're donezos. Really just had to weigh the flour. I could be really picky and weigh all the eggs too, but like you don't have to if you don't want to. If you already scaled like Cookie did, how many you'll approximately need. So I'll crack all 6 of the eggs for the yolks into the same container, and then we'll just fish out the yolks into the bigger one, and then we can put the extra whites into the fridge and use them for something else. It is stuck. Oh no! Oh no! I hate when that happens. When the egg shell gets stuck to the carton and then you lift it up and then it all gets broken. Ah! It's all ruined. Al dente to the teeth is what you expect from a good pasta. You usually use a whole egg. What's different by using the yolk? So the yolk will just add more richness into the pasta. Also give it like a more yellow flavor from having more yolks. And yeah, this recipe is from a high-end Italian restaurant in Vancouver that one of our friends used to work at. And then he shared this with us. This was, oh man, like 10 years ago, I guess now, hey? Like 2014? We got this from Brody, maybe 2015? So yeah, I've been using this for a while. Holy smokes. Is everyone okay up there? Does pineapple upside down cake sound good, or should you change it? Greek? That sounds amazing. I love that dessert. Why are you worried? I think those will taste really good together. Like pineapple will go good with the bibimbap afterwards.
I'm down for that combo.
Cookie, you guys are always thinking about the kids too. I guess I have to do that, Bonk, because this is the second time that's happened to the eggs. Usually I just look on the top and bottom to make sure there's no shells cracked, but I never wobble them to see if they're stuck. That's new. Now I have to start doing that. Go up there with the crab legs in hand? Yeah, like Wolverine. What are you doing? Look at how nice it looks. It's like a little egg yolk flour. Okay, so next in here, we need 3 to 4 whole eggs. He says eliminate an egg yolk if you need to add one to meet the requirement. So let's do the 3 eggs to start. Because it sounds like that's what we need more of, rather than the full 4. Can always add a little bit extra of the egg white if it's a bit dry when we're mixing it with the flour. So let's roll with that then. We can put these all back. Bless the Samo. He is blessed. Blessed. Now I'm just gonna grab a fork and whip it up. Whip it. Hello, Luna. Welcome back. Good to see you. And that way we know the white and the yolks are all mixed together. Make it easier to mix the pasta dough up. Only thing we're missing from the flour is our salt. This looks good. I'll mix it like that until it looks like really creamy, right? Get a spatula. That usually helps me out just to get it started. And then lastly, our salt. You would be delighted to see Lauren pop in today. Yeah, me too. I mean, we're usually hanging out a bunch on Instagram. We keep up and up on what we're all up to. But I love when she pops by on Twitch. I've seen that she's been streaming lately. Okay, mix in the salt first, and then we'll go eggs. And then lastly, you use some olive oil just to take away a bit of that dryness. And then the olive oil will help the noodles stay nice and soft as well. Do we want to make a well? You could also do this right on your counter. I just think it's safer to do it in a bowl like this. Because, well, if you ever have your eggs come out of the side of the well, yeah, you can have eggs going on the floor. Eggs on the floor. No, thank you. You prefer to do it in a bowl too, Cookie? Yeah, it's just safer that way, right? We know this. Okay, soak that container so the eggs don't get too sticky. The Nonas will do it right on the block. Nonas have been through everything. Having egg yolk on the floor at that point in their life, least of their worries. Plus, someone else will probably clean it up for them. This looks amazing though, the color of the eggs already. So now we're slowly going to mix this in. See how I am like stirring in a circle with my one hand with the spatula and then moving the bowl in a circle at the same time. And it's gonna start to look shaggy and clumpy, and that's exactly what we want. I just do it with a spatula to start so that it doesn't start just sticking onto my hand right away. Get those eggs moistening in the flour now. I kind of cut the eggs into it before we add our olive oil. Go around one time, and I'm using the sharp side of the spatula. All right, now spread this all out so we got a nice even layer to pour the olive oil. Mish, your peppers. I don't know if Denmark is the place to grow peppers by the looks of it. Those are the cutest and funniest peppers I've ever seen. Looks like they're mutant. Okay, olive oil, guys. Let's start with that. See how it feels. You can always add more. And even if you add too much, you could just add a bit of flour to absorb the rest. Let's keep going with the spatula for now, and then we'll switch to our hands in a sec. Yeah, that's what she's got to do with them, Pell. Just pick all those funny looking peppers, walk up to someone random, give it to them, and run away. I like this plan. How to confuse Danish folk. Alright, switching it up. Let's see how this feels. So now you can be way more aggressive with it. And that's how it looks at first. Boris. Start smooshing it together. If it feels too dry, I have some egg whites over here. I can add them. I think we will actually. Used to teach culinary arts at the school. Fun. Okay, I'm gonna add only 2. 1, Maybe just one actually to start. I'm gonna kind of moosh it up and squinch it around. Like that. And then maybe just a touch more olive oil. Yep. That helped. One extra egg white. Amazing. And this is how it's like kind of sticky, but not really at this point. Touch more of this. As you can see, making pasta from scratch, kind of an art. Kind of an art. Oh, you're just taking a break this year, Luna? Breaks are always good to do. Because then you can figure out whether you actually miss it or not when the break is over. How is this feeling? Pretty good. I'm judging right now whether I need a little bit more moisture, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, so now we just kind of absorb out of the bowl any last dry bits like that. And now we're gonna knead it until it's pretty smooth looking, and then we put it to rest. Call the cops. Maybe a touch dry, we'll see. But that is the reason why we let this dough rest for as long as we do. Who did it? That's what I always ask too, Bonk. Who gone and done it? Because you can see it takes a little bit because there's no water in pasta dough like this. The flour takes a little bit longer to just absorb the egg and oil together. It was Michael, once again. This guy. Why do we keep him around? Cops all the time. See how that's starting to get smoother though? And that's it. We just press and fold. This is a pretty important part of making the pasta. Getting that gluten worked enough. So we're working it, basically making an elastic band right now. And then when we let it rest, that's exactly what it's gonna do, is relax. So that it's not gonna be an elastic band like how it is right now. It's gonna roll out and not shrink back up. So now we let the gluten relax, and I usually press it into a nice round. You can also see how nice and clean my hands are now from working that together. Looks a little dry for my liking, but I think it'll be fine. We just won't use too much flour later when we roll it out. First hard part of the day completed. Good work, team. We only had to call the cops once. Washing all the sticky pasta off my hands. And now you can just put it in a Ziploc or a container. Something that is airtight would be my suggestion, just so you don't get a hard skin forming on the outside of your dough. I'll just reuse a Ziploc. You gotta get a new one. And then we can set a 45-minute timer. Wipe this first. Yeah, it's gonna put its feet up, have a beverage. It's going for a rest. And you'll see how this changes with how it looks as it rests. I just gotta go grab my watch. Should we put it in the fridge for this Sambo resting? Or should we just leave it out? We'll put it in the fridge, guys. Get the watch for the timer. "45 minutes on the docket." Pardon me? Dun, 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 dun. Let's pack up our egg whites left over. And then I think we're getting a bowl and rinsing the clams. Pasta dough, check. 45 minutes, check. Clam time. Another thing that I did when I got home, I forgot to say for the clams, because they seal up the bag at the store when you buy the clams so they don't leak, is make sure you open them up, the seafood, when you get home, because they are alive. So if you leave the bag closed, you're gonna suffocate them and they will start to die. Preserve your seafood if you buy it live. And now we're just gonna do a small stream of water in a clean sink, cold water. I'm gonna wash my hands first. And I'll also set like a 15-minute timer. So every 15 minutes we'll check on the water and see what kind of sand is coming out of the clams. Oh, to loser. The moment that you have bad seafood, you'll never forget it. That moment lives with you for the rest of your life. Okay. Little bit of water. Next up, add another timer. 15 minutes for the clams. Okay. I think first we're gonna prep the crab instead of prepping the other stuff, just so it can go back in the fridge and stay cold until we need it. So these claws are just too long to fit in our steaming pot. So we're just gonna break some of them apart so that they're a bit shorter. And kitchen shears will also be your best friend for this. Those clams are thirsty. Let's give them some waters. Give them a little shake too. Opening it up. Go a little bit of a smaller stream. There we go. You're having the issue again over there? I mean, we've experienced it quite a few years working in the restaurants out there, Bonk. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do, was pour all that liquid out. I was gonna try and just pour the legs. Let's just wipe that up first. It's all cooked, guys, so don't worry about it being like raw seafood. I just noticed how much liquid was in there. Tried to stop it. Let's just take them out by hand. Nothing like purging clams. Look at all these. And careful because they are sharp. Don't get poked. There's one really big leg in here. Oh, it's the one with the claw, actually. It's really dang nice. And then always smart too, because the shells are pre-cracked, you can always give these a rinse under cold water. Just to get any shell fragments away too, because we're just steaming them, right? We're not boiling them. So there would be no other way to get that stuff gone. I think I like it warm. And plus, usually when you steam it, it takes away some of the saltiness. Okay, just rinsing my hand because I felt some shell under our small little stream. And then we'll come over. So yeah, our pot is like this size. Maybe we'll snap this in half here, and then you guys can see how they split all the shells for us already. So just careful. Yeah, I'll have to cut this because the shell is split, so it doesn't have the same structure anymore. Go here. There we go. Just hold it and go through. Same with that one. It is nice these aren't massive, otherwise it would be a lot more difficult to split this. So we got meat in this little part of the nugget, where it was attached to the body. And then obviously as you go up the leg, it sort of tapers out. But yeah, the meat here, underrated. It's really, really yummy. And yeah, you could either eat this cold, just out of the shell, right away, or you could do what I want to do and steam it just to heat it through a bit again. They really split those open. This one is quite large. I might have to split it here too. It's just this stuff from the West Coast. This farm stuff is okay. Dang. Imagine doing this to human legs. Mish, please. But there is like always that kind of like weird feeling when you are butchering stuff. It's like, wow, that's like how easy it is to cut through like knuckles and tendons. Kind of a weird feeling. Like, Mish, I don't know if you saw... I haven't watched Little Mountain Ranch in a while, but one of her last videos when she was talking about their chicken butchering and how one year they just butchered so many chickens that she didn't want to do it again. She was like weirded out by it. Your problem with shellfish is too much work, you want to eat? So you'd be better off, Paloozer, going for like Japanese food then, where they prep all of the seafood for you and it's just ready to eat, I would say. Compared to like North America, how we do the seafood towers and stuff. Oh! Well, I don't know, it kind of snuck out, so we better try it. There was a little piece of the claw, but that's tasty, guys. That's gonna be really good. Mmm. Oh, that was one other note they said, was that it might taste like a little bit more fishy, the southern king crab compared to the Alaskan. But I don't find it that bad. So I'm just organizing kind of how we will steam this, right? Do all of the small ones together. And we have like these medium size middle pieces. And then lastly, we'll do all of these big ones together, meaty morsels. And so we'll do 3 different steamings of that. And then I'm just gonna rinse these and set them to the side clean because we'll probably maybe need them later when we're getting into this. It looks like all the shells are cracked pretty nice, so let's see. So that's all prepped. Now we just need a steamer or a pot of boiling water or none of the above, and you just shuck the crab. And maybe I'm gonna rinse this cold again for our clams. Quickly, I'm just gonna get some cold water over this, give it a little swish and a rinse to get any shell fragments out of there. And I think that's it. I didn't cut the nails. No, we actually want to leave those because these are gonna be what helps us pick the meat out of the legs and stuff. Okay, gentle little cold water stream into here. But still, that's $50 worth of crab, and then you just have to prep it yourself, right? Think about the amount of crab you'd get for $50 if you added it on in a restaurant. Maybe a quarter of that amount. Ah! All right, we are all rinsed and ready to roll. Let's just put that back in the fridge. I'm just gonna wash my little bit of fishy hands. And then keep rinsing our clammies. Maybe I'll give them a swish around. See if there's any initial sand. I'm gonna swish them with a spatula so I don't have to get my hands dirty. Doesn't look like there's very much coming out, so that's awesome. Nice clean clams to make the pasta with. There's a Laura in here? We summoned her? How did she know? Now I gotta wipe this whole board up. Give me a sec. More soapy water so it doesn't smell like seafood. How's Lauren doing? Bonk, you knew she would show up. Ask and you shall receive. That's what happens here. A wild Laurence. The fact that we still call her that. Really crap lately? All the warm welcomes have touched your heart? Lauren! I mean, that's how I feel sometimes too when I stream. It's like you're having a down day, but you know when you see your people that it'll be better. Love you. We're all cleaned up, ready to go. Rinse clams. check. Prep crab, check. Next one, garlic, parsley, lemon, Asiago. Vongole is the term for clams in Italian. So this is an Italian pasta dish that showcases both pasta and seafood, they say. I said, I'm in. I've made it before too, and it's actually really, really delicious. Okay, take it easy, Sink. Just take it easy over there, please. There we go. Okay, so now we're prepping the aromatics for the vongole. And I did freeze this head of garlic whole because we were planning to not be here, so I just left it in the freezer. We are gonna get into that and see how it is, because who told me to do that? Scooter? Said you can just freeze garlic cloves whole, and it works awesome. Okay, next one. I wanted to show you guys my really awesome herb bunch bag. You don't eat a lot of vongole in prison. They don't make you go clam pick in there. It's actually a really beautiful date night meal because you do have to use some wine in it. So you can cook with a little bit of the wine, and then since you have to open the bottle, you drink the rest, right? All right, we got from the organic farm today, fresh dill. That looks absolutely beautiful. I got these 3 bunches of herbs for $3, where one like small, let's say little pack of dill like this from the store right now is $2.49. I got all of these herbs today for $3, and then this big pack of green onions as well for $3. I said that is winning. Start the car. Running, yeah. Farmer's market, and it's all organic. I love this place. It's called Peas on Earth. It's like a really cute like Asian family. And if there's one thing I know, Asian people grow really beautiful produce, especially Japanese people. And so I always appreciate that. They really take their produce seriously. So do we want maybe one of these onions would be good in the pasta too? And then the rest of these I can pack away. For sure we need parsley. And she also had both kinds of parsley. And I said, I'll take the flat leaf, please, because this is the Italian version of parsley. These are all bundled up so tight. I would suggest taking all of these apart, the bundles, because it will make it go bad faster. That'll be a good amount of parsley. Going pretty heavy on it. If you guys want to use basil in your clam pasta, you can. I wasn't planning on it. She just talked me into it because I had to pick 2 other fresh herbs to get the bunch. 3 for $3. Nice and fresh and green. That's what I said. Also got some baby carrots from her that looked amazing. My fave spot. I might garnish with some of that basil just because it smells so good. So yummy and fresh. Okay. 15 minutes on our clock for our first clam soaking adventure. Let me just pour these into a strainer, let's say, to get the water out. And then pour them back in. We'll do one more rinse to be sure, but so far the clams are looking really clean, guys. Like, let's do this. I'll pour a bit of water out. And then if you look to the bottom, there should be like a pile of sand or something down there, but there's not really. So these are nice and clean. The worst thing you can have happen is you don't rinse any of your clams. This could also happen with mussels too. And then you just dump them into your dish, and then it just so happens that one of the shells was actually just completely filled with sand and not an actual clam or mussel, and then that opens up into your food. That will ruin your whole meal. So that's why it's really good, like, when I swish them around in the water. Because whenever I find, like, the shell is full of sand, because I've had that happen a couple times, it's, like, suctioned closed almost. So you think that there's a clam in there, but really it's full of sand. Terrifying. Okay, so let's do another 15 minutes, and then those should be good. Just like the crab. Mussels you're not a fan of? I mean, seafood in general is personal preference. Freaks a lot of people out. Yay! But I do think I like clams more than mussels. Clams are like nice and firm. Just seeing if this is dirty. It is a little bit dirty. I'm gonna wash it. Lauren, thank you for the 500. And Mish with the 1. And then Cookie getting in the mix. 1,442, guys. We're already at 40% through that goal. Shake out the water. Because you don't want wet herbs when you chop them up. Yeah, ugh, that would be a dead clam. Toss it. And we'll get into that when we cook them, bonk. But that is the thing. If your seafood doesn't open when you're cooking it, that will typically mean that it's dead. And you don't want to eat it anyways. Choo Choo? For you? Another Choo Choo is close. They already had a level 2 Choo Choo before the stream even started today. I said, what is going on in the kitchen? Alright, parsley is picked. You love it. Me too, let's be honest. Michael, thank you for the 9. Let's trim up our nice green onions. So this is how a green onion actually looks. It's this long, and then it comes with the tops, not trimmed off. Yeah, we're manifesting abundance. Just gonna give this a rinse. Sometimes the dirt likes to stick in between the layers. We'll mix the green onion with the parsley. Just grab a small container for now. What else do I have over there? Just for the lemon, and then the garlics. These garlics. Anurus, yeah, it is not soap. It is parsley, aka grass. No soap, just grass. Ah, and it's kind of sticky. We're just gonna chop this up nice and fine to put into our pasta dish at the end. So it stays nice and green and fresh. And adds some good fresh flavor too. Might be too much, we'll see. I don't know if I've ever used farmer's market parsley before. This is a treat. But now is the time. If you've ever wanted to experience a farmer's market in North America, This is the season you should go because they have the most amount of variety available for veggies and fruits. I have put both of the boys to sleep on the couch, guys, in the living room. Success, I suppose. Parsley is how cooks cheat to get chlorophyll in your diet. I use a lot of parsley. It is one of my favorite herbs, especially the Italian parsley. If it's curly parsley, sometimes I won't even buy it. Lauren, gonna get your butt outside, try and get some fresh air and dopamine. Enjoy your fresh air, because we are still blanketed in fire smoke. So please, yeah, if you guys have nice clean air and blue skies, do enjoy it for us. Love you, Lauren. You stay safe too. This for the herbs. We'll do the small one for the garlic. We're gonna grate the garlic on the microplane to get it minced. Oh, Lauren has overcast too. Yeah, we've had like a couple rainy days here. Keep rinsing the clams. I'm just like checking on my other camera back there because it said it was on low power, but I have the battery going. Okay, nice and thin slices on this for garnish too. We'll add a nice light onion flavor to the dish. Seafood is quite delicate flavor, right? So you don't want to use any flavors that are too strong that are going to overpower the delicate flavor of the seafood. That's why a lot of seafood dishes are quite simple and they don't have a ton of ingredients in them. That was a really nice onion, holy smokes. Your voice to text is not doing good today? Come on, technology. Okay, that is done. Guys, I'm just gonna take a quick bathroom break. I had a coffee today. I'll be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere. Hello, it's me. I'm back. How many green onions do you guys think you can get up your nose? What is going on here? What did I just come back to? Okay, trying my hand at whole frozen garlic today. How many garlic cloves? I'm gonna say At least 4. See what that comes out to. Look at how easy this is to peel after it's been frozen. Is this the new garlic hack? It might be. It might be, guys. It's like pre-softened too. Alright, let's see how this will even microplane. Maybe we'll have to either put it in the garlic press or just chop it up. I don't really know what's gonna happen right now. You've been telling me to freeze garlic for years. I don't recall this. How does this grate? It actually grates really, really easily because, like, the cells are broken down. What? Is this the new life hack? I think so. Mish. It works so good. Grating fresh garlic is so difficult. This is amazing. I never listen. I'm actually known for that. I'm like one of those people, if you tell me to do something, I'll like purposely not. This is so good. This is blowing my mind. Yeah, I wonder. It doesn't change the flavor because I would like maybe think it would make it more dull. Okay, let's put this in here. I don't want my board to taste like garlic. This is so good. Pick that little stem off. Huh. Because I find whenever you buy fresh garlic, it always starts to dry out, and then it's not nearly as nice or fresh tasting. This is the new thing. I think we need, for sure, 1 more clove of garlic. For sure. Yeah, like I've frozen ginger before too, but I've never done this. I'm so happy I tried it. Were you planning on eating the board? Bob. Season the board with garlic. Okay. Swipe that out now. Now it's also really nice and finely minced too. Cool. Rinse that so it doesn't get all stuck in. Our clams are almost done rinsing. And we're done with the water drip sound on this side. Okay, let's just stack this. So we got parsley, green onion there for garnish. We got our garlic there. Take care of all of this. So then the only thing you have to remember, if you froze it, it has to just go back in the freezer. You can't just bring it back out and put it in the fridge because it will go mushy. Mushy and soggy. So last one we're getting here is just a lemon. We'll cut it in half because we'll need it for both the king crab and the pasta. Got a container for the lemon. And then what? And then what's next? We got an Annie. Annie's here for homemade pasta. Oh, that's why Misha's preparing her biddies. Annie, are you working on your house again today? Nice. Nice and juicy, fresh lemon. Beautiful. Aromatics complete. That's a really perfect lemon, hey? I am in. Alright, less than a minute on the clams. That should be the last rinsing for us. Gonna wash my knife. Let's get this chlorophyll out of the cutting board. You're not doing any work on it today. Gonna have to grind the concrete. Self-leveling underlayment is actually just a myth. Should have known. So now you have to sand it all down. That's some powerful parsley. You might hire someone to do. I was gonna say the amount of dust that comes off of concrete when you start to sand it. Ah! Actually, it's so true, Mish. I know someone who could help with this. I'm sure you would be more than happy. Okay, I'm pouring the water out of the clams, guys. Mish. They're ready to roll. And then when we rinse them that way, we also wash the outside of the shells too, because sometimes there's impurities there. So now they're all cleaned and ready to roll. Stick those on top of the crab. Wash my hands. What's next on the list? Pimping out Samo. Who else would you? Do not answer it. Good thing you said that. I was about to. Oh, we gotta grate some Asiago cheese still. And then next we're clarifying butter. So I could probably get the butter clarifying first. Because we only have 10 minutes, actually less, 9 minutes left on our pasta resting timer. That's how fast time goes by. Let me get my little baby pot here for the butter. Fresh out of the dishwasher. Hello, Luna. How's it going? Welcome, welcome in, my friend. Get a chunk of butter. And we're using unsalted butter for this. When you're gonna be using butter for dipping seafood and shellfish, you want unsalted butter. At least I do, because for the fact that the seafood is already quite salty on its own, you usually don't have to season the butter at all. Thanks, Annie, for the 990. We are now at 47% of the way through that goal. Mish. Okay, how much butter do I want to clarify here? So that's just under a cup. That's like a cup worth. You can do about half a cup, let's say, of butter. That should be more than enough. And you could always use this up after, if you don't dip into all of it with the crab, for something else, like cook your eggs in it or something. Because at the end of the day, it's really just melted butter. Thank you, Luna, for the 6 babies getting into the mix with Annie and Mish and Cookie. Guys, you'll be listening as you go. Okay, sounds good. We will be here for a little bit longer. Lucky 7s. Oh, nice. Love it. 7777. 86 the chicken, lamb, and the beef, and the pasta. Why? What happened? We sold out because it was too good? That's my only assumption. Alright, this, just put that on the stovetop medium heat. We'll come back to that in a few moments. Once it starts melting. And what was I doing in the meantime? Grating cheese. Asiago or Parmesan would be the best for this. Something nice and salty. A little bit of funk. What am I making? I'm making some steamed king crab today, as well as a pasta homemade with clams. And this is for a recipe redemption for someone from our community here on Twitch. I'm feeling grateful. Okay, and we're gonna do the fine grated for the cheese. I'll go off to the side now. I would say we want about a cup worth of grated cheese for this. That should be lots. What's everyone else eating or cooking up today? I didn't ask yet. Usually I ask first thing. Or maybe you're just ordering in. That's allowed too. Or even going out. It's the weekend, guys. Tacos, Annie, doesn't require a stove. Are you ordering them in? Mish had chicken skewers with bell peppers and onions. Nice. Skewers are always good in the summer. Did you grill them? Bought the rotisserie chicken. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the cooking part of the protein's already done then. You just have to assemble with the tortillas and the toppings. Mexican food is so good to have in the summertime for quick and easy meals. Okay, let's get a container for this cheese. I gotta start thinking about what I want to make my clients coming up again this week. They have a deal on whole chickens right now at the store, so I was thinking of doing maybe a roast chicken dinner. Would be really good. I haven't done that yet for them. Like from a whole chicken and then carve it up. I don't know what else I'm feeling yet. That's what I was thinking actually, Bonk, as the other option, 40 clove chicken, because they do love garlic. I have pushed the garlic limit on them, and so far they have not tapped out. So those are my people. Those are my peoples. All right. Cheese done. Wrap her up. Thanks, Annie. 1,222 bits. We're at 60% of the way through our goal now. I think when we started the stream yesterday, it was at, what, 0%? And we finished it at 20? And now we're already at 60. This is only day 2 of the goal, guys. Yeah. Actually, a lot of times that I've made, like, pasta for them, I've always bought a loaf of bread to serve on the side. It's just so good for, like, sopping up the sauce and stuff. Okay, I gotta figure out what's happening with this extra battery over here. I'm gonna bring you guys over, but my camera's about to die, it looks like. Let me fix this for us before that happens. Sambo got me a new battery pack. but it doesn't seem like it's working. Like it's not charging my phone. So I really don't understand. Oh no, and that one's dead too? The heck? Okay, now are you charging? Okay, I think we're good now, guys. Alright, so this is like the first foam stage, I usually say. We gotta come a bit closer. When we are clarifying butter, so you'll get that like really white sort of bubbles on top of the butter as it's starting to melt. And then as we cook it, those will start to dissipate and turn more clear. And that's how we know that we are clarifying the butter and slowly cooking out the milk solids from the fat. Two pasta carbonara and one lasagna on the fly. What is going on here? Taking the pasta dough out of the fridge as well, guys. Look at it. Starting to soften up. That. Where do I want to put this butter? Just into a bowl for dipping. A heat-proof bowl, obviously, nothing plastic, so it will melt. And then we just have to prepare a boiling pot for the noodles and then a steamer pot for the crab. And then obviously one big pan to make our pasta together. I'll probably do it in a cast iron. That was the timer on the pasta resting, so we're good to go. Yeah, you thought it was gonna be 5 hours, and look at us, Mish. Look at us now. I'm gonna put this scale away. We'll fill up our pots with water while we're waiting and get those going. One medium pot. Okay, see how those bubbles are now looking more clear? So in a few moments, if we let that keep going, that will eventually turn into brown butter. So hurry up, water, and pour into the pot. Because that butter's almost done. Okay, we made it. Gonna give that a swirl. Okay, we can let it go a little bit longer. And that's why we swirl it, because when it starts to foam up like this, you can't really see underneath the bubbles. There. You can see underneath there that we have cooked the milk solids to the bottom of the pot. Like worried about this bowl because it was a touch cold, but I don't think it will shatter. And then I'm not gonna pour in all of that into the bowl, but look at how beautiful that looks now. That's our little bit of clarified butter. And now usually I just soak that right away because it's really stuck on to the bottom of the pot. And it's hot. Getting our steamer set over here too. Fettuccine alle Vongole, you're Italian. Mish. Yes, that is what we're making today. Hello, Fico. Welcome in. I am not Italian, but we are cooking some Italian foods today. Thanks, Boston Health Department. Okay, here's our little steamer setup. So we just need like an inch of water on the bottom of this pot. And you put the steamer tray on top. You don't want the water to come through the steamer tray at all. So you can always test that first as you're by the sink. Okay, we're good to go. It's not gonna come up through the bottom there, because then you'll get more into like boiling, right? So that's for our crab. We could also use it for the clams too. We can steam the clams and then pick them out of the shell and then mix them into the pasta after. Alti, you like king crabs? Me too. We can say thanks, White Dove, for requesting this one today. How's your day going, dude? Okay, we're coming back over. Just wanted to show you, because we have to season our pasta water, but we're not gonna season the steamer pot. Nice, Annie. You're over the hump. Make it taste like the sea. And then we can turn on our two pots when we feel like we're getting close to the time where we're gonna be eating. So now we're gonna set up our pasta rollers and come back over here. You made your own barbecue sauce yesterday? What kind? It was a fun experience. That is one thing that I really like to make from scratch at home is barbecue sauce. You usually have all of the ingredients, and I find it always tastes better. Okay, this looks kind of funny. As it was sitting here, just a little bit of moisture in the bag. But if we smooth that out, though, that's looking good. You use ChatGPT? There's nothing wrong with that. I quite like ChatGPT to use like alongside Google, let's say. I think before we set up fully the pasta roller, let's just get it onto the mixer. But first I'm gonna have to roll out the pasta dough a bit so that it can actually get fed through the rollers first. But before we bring this beast all over, dun 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 dun, this is what we're using today. Oh, that's fun. Just put in all the ingredients into ChatGPT of what you have and see what it like makes for you. This thing is a beast, by the way. It's like literally everything is metal. Even that part. I love it so much. And yeah, they call it for lasagna because that's just a flat sheet of pasta, right? And then from there we can create other noodles and stuff. Hello? Do I have to turn this a bit? I think so. Okay, let me plug this in. It's just this, the little piece on the inside there. I have to turn it a touch so it lays straight. Let's see how that goes. You don't think you've ever seen me use this before? Samho got it for me a while back. Or I think actually his parents did. How come this isn't going on? Do I have to bring this out? Okay, knowing me, I probably am just struggling for no reason. But this should just slide on. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. We're getting closer. There we go. Yay. Got it. That's nice. And then I don't want to strip this screw, so just do it finger tight. And then that will get turned like this. And then you feed your pasta through. And yet we always want it set up first on 0, the widest setting. And I think we use this on half speed. Attach the pasta roller to the drive socket. Start feeding it through. Okay, it doesn't say a certain... Oh, sorry, it does. Never mind. So, kind of like, if we look at this together. Like, up to half speed. Up to half speed, we can go with it. You don't want to go too fast, but you don't want to go too slow either. Cool. Alti. I ask myself the same thing every single day. I don't know where all of these people have come from. Why do you think I want to move out of the city so bad, dude? I'm gonna try to roll this out inside of the Ziploc and see what happens before I get the cutting board all messy. Let me grab my rolling pin. There's more people in Ottawa and you have less traffic. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. We're like a different reality here now. So this is what we have to do to get the pasta to start rolling through those rollers. Is you can't just put it through super thick like this. You need it thin to start with to get it through. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a mess. That actually worked pretty good. And then I can divide it up further. And seems like as we're rolling it, it's not shrinking back up into itself. So that's the other important part. When we make pasta, that's why we let this dough rest how we did. So let's just get a bench scraper and we'll divide this up, let's say into 4. Will be nice workable amounts. Yeah, why do you think, Alti, I do like everything at the beginning of the day here when everyone is still pretty much sleeping? Is because there's always so much traffic around that it takes forever to get anything done. You had to look at the population to understand the traffic, and it still doesn't make sense, dude. So this we'll just leave on this side as we roll out the noodles. Let's carry on here. If you want, you can stretch it out more into like a rectangle to get it more even. And then the other thing that I will say is we don't want this wider than the pasta roller itself, because then we'll cause issues with it trying to like fold in the edges and it might get a bit messy. Oh. That is gonna happen too. It'll try to stick to your rolling pin. I try not to use too much flour when I'm first dealing with this, just so the noodles don't get too dry. And then we'll use more flour later when we start to actually cut the noodles. What is that? From the rolling pin, maybe? Are you in Edmonton right now today, dude? If you have free time later, you're more than welcome to stop by. Let me know. It's nudes time, Greek. I think that's thin enough. If they're dry, add butter. I guess you could add olive oil now if you wanted to. Okay, so how about this? Instead of me stopping and starting every time we roll the noodles and having to roll it out like this, why don't we just get them all done? Instead of moving the machine back and forth. Both trying to enjoy your last full day? Well, then there you go. Well, then go enjoy it. It sounds like you're peopled out, but it looked really nice this morning when I was down in Old Strathcona, like White Ave area. They had the Fringe Theater all set up by the Farmers Market Theater. Thought it looked so good. Lots of different food trucks and stuff set up. Stop sticking. We also use some fresh milled flour in this pasta dough today. So I'm starting to see some of the like whole wheat flecks as I'm rolling this out. And as you can see, it doesn't really matter the shape that we're starting with, because we're gonna do some folds and stuff, and that's all gonna disappear. Stay. It's not gonna stay, so we'll roll it over there. Is it still not? We're just gonna roll all the way over? Okay, we're good. What if you prefer thick noodles? So that will come down to when we do our final roll through with this. You can decide at that time how thick of a setting you want for your pasta. And just know, like, the thicker that you set your noodles, the chewier they're going to be. And also the longer they're gonna take to cook. Yeah, this flour, the whole wheat flour I used, was grown like 30 minutes away from us and milled there. That's some hyper local stuff. Okay, last piece, and yes, I'm getting a little bit of a sweat on. It feels good though. This pasta feels amazing. I'm excited. And yeah, we're gonna roll all of these noodles out today. And then one thing you can do if you have extra pasta uncooked, just like wrap it up into like a little nest if you cut the noodles. And then you can freeze it that way raw. And then all you have to do is take it out of the freezer and boil it. So you can prep extra pasta for yourself if you're going through the whole process already, right? Okay, that looks good. Look at my cheeks are red. It's a good workout. Keeps you healthy. Gotta get back to your syllabus writing. Oh, to be a teacher, Annie. I gotta have a sip of water. Okay, bring in the incarcerum back over now. Time to start flattening some noodles. The fun in the sun has ended. Alas, I suppose it always has to. I think probably the best way to do this, just gonna move this, would be this way. The heck was that? There, guys, so that we can feed it that way lengthwise rather than trying to like do it towards yourself. Back to the shadows, Mish. Okay, can I get this back a little bit more just so you guys can see the dial? So we always start when we roll out pasta dough with it at the widest setting possible to feed through, which is 0. And then I think it goes up to 9. there, so you could see just how thin that is, right? Almost like paper thin. I think for the noodles, we'll probably go to, I usually do 6, 5 or 6, and then cut from there. So let's go all the way back to 0. Let's do a test run just to make sure there's no weird noises, how I set this up. And then we will dial in this speed. Nice, it's rolling, sounds good, looks good. Turn it up a bit. I love it so much. And so we're gonna roll this, and I think you can turn this as it's running, yeah. We'll roll this to 6, and then I'll show you what kind of folds we have to do just to build up the structure of the noodle. I used to use a hand crank pasta roller for many years, and I've since graduated to this, so don't think I'm a stranger to that sort of hard work. I think you need to learn the respect of using the hand crank machine first and know how much effort that takes before you get to kind of, I call this like cheating to me, before you get to use the little shortcut, the helper. Look at how nice and yellow this is coming out to be. It looked like quite dull before we started rolling it out, but this is looking beautiful. Hi FCB, how are you doing? Okay, we're at 5 already. It's getting long. I don't know if you guys could tell. We'll go one more. FCB's doing great. You've not been working too hard, I hope. I know you. Okay, last setting. This feels so good. Maybe the fresh milled flour is gonna make it. And now we're gonna turn it off. This is how it comes out if you don't kind of hold on to it. As it comes out the other side of the roller. Just gonna move this over a touch. And out so I can show you the folds. So now from here we open up our dough again. And yes, it is gonna get sticky as it gets thin. And then we are going to fold each edge into the center. I'm gonna do, maybe put this in the middle here. Go boom down like that, and then boom down this side. And that's why we didn't use much flour during this first rolling, so that this could all stick back together. And now we're gonna take this and then fold that in half again. Like that. Press that, and again. And it looks like we're gonna do one more to get it fitting back through the roller. And I'm actually gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna put those folds that way. And now from here, so we know that we've been rolling it through this way, through the roller. Now we're gonna turn it and we're gonna roll it the other way. So first we have to flatten it again. And then we go through that process, but then from here, we just roll to our desired thickness and then cut the noodles from there. And then see how this really evened up the whole sheet of pasta by doing those folds. And then it also creates more structure by creating those layers. Kind of think of a croissant, right? All the folds. You get to be the boss until Monday, FCB? That's gotta be a good feeling. Or is it too stressful? Is it too stressful to be the boss? We need actually a bit more rolling here. Okay. Bring her back. Turn her back on. Back to 0 as well. It's not that big of a deal to be the boss. Well, that's good. Okay. Taking this, away we go. It's been way too long since I've had fresh pasta. Mary, hi. That's what I was saying, Mary. I was trying to recall the last time I made fresh pasta like this, and I think it's been over 3 years. AKA too long, right? But I was struggling with the gluten allergy for about a year in between there, so I really wasn't feeling like making the fresh pasta at that point. Okay. On to setting number 4. Are you doing good today, Mary? Are you prepping any foods for you and Todd for the weekend? On to 5. Look how good that looks when it comes out. Whoa, I guess I didn't have it clicked in quite all the way. Enjoying the sunshine? Nice. The Alaskan sunshine? That sounds beautiful. Maybe pizza later? I'm in. Okay, 6 next. This is where we start to determine our thickness. Hi, Dad. It's going good. The trip got cut short. Samo randomly got let go from his job without any cause or reason in an email. So he just turned around and came back home while he looks for another job, unfortunately. Wasn't really part of the plan, but that's life, right? Thank you for the 73 month in a row resub, though. That is so long. I think I want to go one more. I don't know if actually I want to go one more. I mean, it ended up not being just him, guys, either. I don't know if I let you guys know that, but he found out from some of his friends that were still there that, like, 5 other people, along with him, just gone Like some of their best employees too, but when the superintendent doesn't get along with the staff, they have the power to decide whether they want to work with them, right? So that's really what it comes down to. Okay, we are gonna cut our noodles from here. No, it's pretty terrible. Like really, really disrespectful as far as that company goes. Kind of shocked, honestly, that they would do such a thing, but whatever, I guess. On to the next one. We are going to just flour this a little bit so that it doesn't stick together. Sounds like they're having issues. I think they're always gonna have issues if that's what they're gonna do with people. So now as we fold this back up, we're just gonna flour in between the layers until we're ready to cut this all. I mean, at least we can say that he got his foot in the door for experiencing that different career. And he's got some new skills that he didn't have before that you could still put to use somewhere else, right? It's okay, guys. Thank you so much, though, for, like, thinking of us. Alright, so that is our first set. And we have 3 more still to roll out. I think just to keep these, like, fresh, let's just put them in a little pan with a towel over so they don't dry out. Like that. Okay, what did Mish find? There was a 75k pots and pans. It was for White Dove too, the last time that I made pasta. Mish, how funny is that? That's actually hilarious. Okay, we pre-rolled out all of our sheets so that we can just keep going along here. Love that for us. Almost exactly 2 years ago to the day. Look at how, like, hot I'm getting, guys. This is not easy work. I got rosy cheeks. I love it, White Dove. Okay, keep going. Turn her back on. I showed you the first one. Now we can go quicker together. We're rolling, rolling, rolling. And I remember that manicotti too. I just actually made those bolognese stuffed shells for my clients last week. Not this past week, but the one before. Because it's so good. At least it wasn't over 3 years ago that I made fresh pasta. It was just 2. Not as bad as I thought. Still pretty bad though. Still pretty bad. This is something that is so fun to just like zone into. At least for me. Some people might find this tedious, but to me it's really fun. Nice, Mish. Thanks for posting the vid. Yeah, no more gluten issues, Mary. I'm so happy. That was rough. That was really rough back then. We'll see how this digests at least. We can talk about it on tomorrow's stream. Okay. That's it. We're up to 6 again, so we gotta do our fold. Aww. Astra Cooker Dog. Cute. My favorite niece dog. Now I have a Cooker cat. So it's okay to overlap where it kind of tapers down, guys. And don't worry too much if you get air bubbles squished in here. They will come out when it goes through the roller again. So now we re-roll. Okay. We're cruising now, guys. Back to 0. Turn that speed back up. And then we're gonna go all the way, I think to 6 again is when we stopped for the thickness for the noodles. We're doing good on timings. It's only 2 o'clock now. We got all this done in like 3 hours. Pro, I would say, still. Still got it. It's 10 p.m., honestly, Mish says. It's the weekend though, so you can stay up a little later. I know this. At least it's not gonna be a 4.5 hour. You were up till 4 a.m. last night? Excuse me? Sambo says that's what 12-year-olds do. You're alive over there? Just a voice comes out of nowhere. Welcome back. We're getting nudes on deck. Let's flour this up. Not again. Nudes on the deck?
What, you Australian now?
What happens in Canada? Oh, that's where my little flour is. Okay, flour the layers. So they don't stick together before we cut our noodles. Boom. Oh. Boom. Boom. So soft. Beautiful. Back to it. Next. Back to 0. It's really not a messy process, if you guys can tell. If you don't use too much flour, it's not that messy to make this. one more after this, and then we do the fold. Number 6. That's our number of the day. Ah! Saved it. Next. Get that flour out. We don't want that for our folding. This one seemed way longer than the last sheet. Unfold the accordion. Roll it back out. We are pasta maker extraordinaire. Back down to 0 and then back up to 6. Another one done. And then just one more after that. It's crazy how much it transforms after you fold it. Smooth as a baby's bottom. Last set. Doesn't it look amazing, Wait, does this dough? There's a reason that I always use this recipe. So easy to work with. And like it's never not turned out with all the different eggs and flours and stuff that we've used over the years. Like look at that. So smooth. Okay, one more after this. Let's just flour in between our layers for noodle cutting. Is Torino here? He actually hasn't been around this week. I don't even know about last week even. But I talked to him not long ago on TikTok. He was okay, but he also has been in and out of the hospital, he said. I hope he's okay. Yeah, you grew one tiny jalapeno this year, Mary. They probably look like Misha's peppers. He's our go-to jalapeno guy. Torino, and then as well as Eric. Eric's meh. We have a couple other pepper people in here now, though. The food he posted looked gross from the hospital, right? Ugh. I said if there wasn't whatever there was in that one dish, I said it looked like dog food, man. Oh yeah, if it wasn't beans in the chili dish, I thought it was dog food in a bowl. R.I.P. Alright, last set. We got this, guys. And then we can get into some cooking. Just making sure you remember, right? You got it, Mary. Your memory, still there. Go, 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 go. Just keep rolling, 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 whoa. This will cook real quick, right? Yes. I think that these will cook in like 3 minutes, maybe? Usually just until they're floating in the water and you're good to go. It really doesn't take long at all compared to dried pasta. Hi, boss man. You're late. Did you miss anything? Only about everything. But you're still here, and that's what matters most. Yes, Mary. Hopefully the pepper gets a bit bigger. Okay, we gotta do our folds. Before our last roll. We got this. That one was really long. How's Sam doing? He's doing good. Thanks for asking. He's chilling. Having some nice days off. We gotta do one more because it'll like just fit through there. We gotta do one more and then roll it back out. This pasta train is almost complete. Once you have everything going, I would say it doesn't take that long to make fresh pasta at home. I didn't even have any help today. Usually I have help. No help, it's all me for real. Sorry. The nap was overcome. Okay. Zero hero. Something about the couches, he says, chat. I'll get ya. All the way back to 6. One more time. mean, we think this is hard work. Imagine if we had to hand crank all of this every time. Then we'd really have rosy cheeks. We had a helper, though. See, when you have a machine helper, you don't need a human helper, I guess. I see why he got this now. That's right, Mish. It's called the Incarcerum Assistant for a reason.
Thanks, Niche.
Naps are important, we know this. Oh no, it's stuck together. Ah. Uno mas. Last one. And then we switch to the fettuccine cutter. Whoop whoop. The train is at the station. You painted one side of your house today? Your arms are killing you? Are you the roller or are you the cut-in person? Or you don't know what that question is? Usually I made Sam be the roller because I couldn't handle doing that with the huge piece, and I would do the cutting in part. All the finessing. That was close, Michael. You thought it was gonna get ripped? You just do whatever Kim asks you to do. I mean, that's also smart. I hope you're using a paint roller and not a brush to paint your entire house. I don't know what happens in Denmark. Wait. I was gonna fold this again and you distracted me because we're already done this noodle. Okay, let me flour it. I see what's happening here. You snackers. Wait. Wait a second here. We're not doing two folds. There we go. We got it set now. You were using rollers, don't worry. I always worry. I don't want you guys to work too hard. Last one. Fold it up because we're gonna start rolling with the first piece that we finished with because it's gonna get more sticky as it sits. So now let's switch our roller on the pasta machine to our fettuccine, our noodle cutter. And then we'll get that done. We'll make our little pasta nests with the noodles. And then we'll go over to the stove and start our cooking processes. You had a spider in your hair? Oh yeah, I guess painting exterior. That'll happen. All right, there's that. Okay, we are going to do this. Unplug it. Many spiders? Oh no. I mean, even some interiors when you paint someone's basement. Amount of spiders coming out of the ceiling. No, thank you. Feel something moving in your hair? Yeah, that's a spider. Alright, so this roller is also all metal, and look at how cool it looks underneath. That's how thick we're gonna cut the noodles. And it says on there, fettuccine. Got it. That's country living right there. It's true. Okay, so there is no thickness dial on this roller, right? It's just a cutter. So you just have to turn this on and feed the pasta through, and it will cut the noodles for you. I think that we'll probably have to cut this pasta, like how long these are, in half first. So that the noodle is not insanely long, right? To wrap around our fork. Nice, our flouring worked, guys. None of it stuck together, so that's the really important part. After you do all the rolling out, you don't want it to stick together. That's how long it's gonna be. Maybe go in half for that length. And I think this is one of the shorter ones. And I guess if you want really long noodles, you don't have to cut them at all ahead of time. Almost says full-length nudes. Okay. Turn this on. Oh, plug it in. At least we do safety measures first.
Safety measures first.
Plug it in, turn it on. Full-length nudes, you agree? Okay, we can do a really long one after this. Turn it up. Whoa! And once it grabs, frickin' get ready, man. We got nudes, baby! Okay, I'm gonna make a little nest as this comes out on the side. So we're just gonna curl it up back into itself to sit in the pan. I'm gonna do the next one first, and we'll do a switch up. How beautiful is that? So then we just put it back into our pan here, where we're storing everything. Into the next set. Okay, you guys want a really long... This is gonna be crazy long, this one. Oh, maybe not. Okay, those will be Sam's, I guess. This is gonna be crazy. Like a 3-length or 3-foot long noodle. Slurping contest? Okay, make that big nest. That's a raven's nest. That's an eagle's nest. The other one was like a chickadee nest. That looks so good. Misha, this is not a Danish product. You can't brag about it to your friends that you came up with it. But the Swedes definitely, they knew what they were doing when they came up with this machine. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one, guys. It's crazy long. Crazy long. There. Just keep rolling, what? I think we got the hang of it. I could sell this. I think I would have fun doing a fresh made pasta business. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Last ones. So this is how you would freeze the extra pasta, guys, is in the little nests like this, I would suggest. Would be the best option. And obviously don't squish them all together. So that when you go to drop them in a pot at a later time, they'll all come apart really nicely. We're done. That's quite a bit of pasta, guys. Because this is also going to expand when we cook it, right? Hello. Couldn't be more perfect. And then, is it sticking together? Nope. Always just kind of check that as it's sitting if we're not going to cook it right away. We don't want all of that hard work to just stick together now. So we'll keep that covered with the towel, how we had it before. And now just gonna clean this area up. One is huge. That's the one that you wanted, the really long noodle. And then we will go over to the stove, guys, and start cooking all of this. The hard prep is all completed. Not bad at all. You just wanted the nudes? Of course you did. I'm gonna brush this off. You can't use anything wet, guys, when you're cleaning up the pasta rollers, because then you're just gonna create more pasta dough when you introduce water to the floury bits. So don't do that. Just a brush. Thanks, pasta rollers, for your services. I'm gonna wash the mixer after. She needs it. Just a little bit like oily from the noodles, guys, but not really floury. Leave that like that. A little bit of floury mess, but not too bad. Now it's time to smell the place up like seafood, I guess. Won't be much longer till we're eating it. Of course I'm looking forward to it. King crab is like one of my favorite things to eat of all time since I had it the first time. Such a good treat. You guys know we don't eat a ton of seafood anymore because we can't get very good quality. What's happening, Samuel? Okay, just checking on our list too before we all go over here. Roll pasta, check. Steamer basket, check. We got the Asiago. So yeah, we just have to make our pasta dish and then steam our crab. So then if we look, turn this a bit this way. So that's gonna be our steamer pot. We could also do the clams in there, I said earlier. That's allowed if you want to steam them on their own and then just pick the clam meat out of the shells to mix into the pasta. And actually maybe we'll even have to do a little switcheroo here because we gotta come in. I'm gonna turn both of these on to like a medium-high heat. We gotta come in on this burner to make the vongole, our pasta and the sauce in the pan. So I thought as the water is heating up, we'll work on that together. Let's read over the recipe. I think we start with the garlic in the pan with olive oil and chili flakes. Sorry, I'm just getting this set. It's kind of rocky. And then go from there. We also have to open up our bottle of cider. Okay, we got our large thing with water. We got our pot of water going. We already rinsed the clams. We're good there. Combine the olive oil with garlic and red pepper flakes. Cook until it's light golden, about 5 minutes. Add our white wine. They said you could add your clams then with the white wine so that it steams all together. I'm probably gonna do that just so that the clams will cook in those flavors and absorb that rather than just being steamed. And we can pick the meat out of there. And then yeah, we just cook our pasta, add that to the pan with the oil, garlic, chili, Little bit of butter, our parsley, and herbs, and lemon, and cheese, and you're done. That's it. Okay. I do like just below medium heat since we're cooking garlic and chilies, just so that we can get some good flavor infused into this oil. If you go too high, it'll just burn, right? Also, while we're waiting that heat up, I'm gonna put the flour big bag away. Keep our counters clear. Has anyone in here ever had a seafood pasta like this before? It'd be really good even with shrimp too, if you don't like shellfish. Okay. Garlics. Get a spoon or a spatula, whatever you want to use, to stir everything around. Look at the smoke. Must be a little bit of fat on the burner itself. You've had Vongole many times, Bonk. Do you always get it from the same place? So the pasta is definitely gonna go in a bowl. Couple pasta dishes out for later. You've never had it, White Dove? Do you like clams though? Because maybe you can try it now after you see me have it. La Botte? Is that how you say it? Italian restaurant? You'd probably do it with shrimp. Yeah, it would be good too. Maybe that would be more like a scampi, I guess, if we did it with shrimp. How's this? Almost hot. I'm just putzing with my pasta rollers while I wait. Get them all put away. Cause if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Sorry to say, everyone. Usually just get the chicken marsala there. Comes with marsala braised baby bella mushrooms and fettuccine alfredo. Oh, what? That sounds good too. They serve the marsala with fettuccine alfredo. Yes, please. Oh, let me grab our chili flakes too, guys, because we will spice up our life a bit. Spice up your life. Starting to smell the olive oil. 1.2 kg of king crab there costs 243 Canadian. Okay, but it's probably Alaskan king crab, right? Or where is it coming from, Mish? Because the southern
Norwegian
king crab is cheaper, so that's why it didn't cost us a ton. We got garlic sizzles yet? Just. Okay. And we don't want to burn the garlic. Just gonna stir it up in the oil to get the clumps gone. And yeah, there's no just like plain white onion in this, but I thought the green onion would be so good to add in with the parsley at the end, just for that little bit of extra flavor. This smells so good, guys. And we want to keep this moving the whole time to keep it cooking really nice and even. I'm gonna do our little pinch of chili flakes too to infuse that. That was Alaskan, yeah. That's why it's way more pricey. A little bit more chili, I think. Get away with that. I didn't cut a nub of butter to mix into the pasta at the end, so we'll probably need that too still. Let's see. But we add the butter when we add the pasta noodles back into this, so we do have time. Turn up these pots a bit on the side. Yeah, the lower the temperature you go on the oil for this part, the more flavor you're gonna infuse from the garlic and the chili before they brown. We're getting close to just turning off the burner and letting the residual heat finish frying up the garlic in here. It's looking awesome though. Okay, our steamer pot's already up, so that did not take long. It doesn't take long to heat up an inch of water. What do you guys want to do? We want to cook the clams in the pan with this stuff, or we just want to steam them? I'm going to turn off the heat now. From that, we don't want to burn the garlic, just nice and golden. And so then from here, we would add our white wine to the pan. Cook them in the pan. Okay. Come back over here then. We'll just quickly open up our cider. Gotta pop my steamer pot. She's squealing. This is what I'm using. So it's a blush cider aged in a wine barrel, but drinks like a wine. It is so, so good. And we just picked this up when we went to BC last. I didn't look at the vintage. It also doesn't like have a vintage on it, so I don't know what year this is from. I'm assuming it's just from last year. Whew, okay. See, that's why we turned off the pan when we did. You can turn it back on now, because this is gonna cool everything off. It's still sizzling a little bit over here in the corner. But see, that's why you have everything ready. Okay, I'm gonna pour in our wine and then let this all start to deglaze. And we'll go pretty heavy. The clams can take it. And then the rest of that, we drink. Sam's just on the phone right now, so I'll pour that for us when he's back. And then we're gonna let this come up to a simmer now. So turn up the heat more from what it was for the garlic, because we successfully did not burn the garlic. We toasted it. And then for this, you also want a lid so that you can keep all that steam trapped in with the clams. And then that will also reduce as we cook the clams in there too. So there they are in all their glory. As soon as this is simmering pretty heavily, we'll dump that all in, put the lid on. And that'll take, oh, probably a good 5 minutes for sure. Maybe closer to 6, 7, we'll see. That's not bad, Bob, at all. Okay, we're simmering. I've drained all the water out of this bowl too from the clams. All you gotta do is that, I usually give it a shake to get like one nice even layer. Because these are cold when they go in the pan, right? Fresh seafood's always cold. Boom. Why don't we put 5 minutes on the clock? Awesome. It smells so good once you add the wine or cider into the pot. Mmm. You know you're about to have seafood. Okay, I'm gonna keep organizing on the side here because we're almost there. I think actually, guys, Sam was talking to HR. They phoned him. Maybe he can find out a little bit more about what the heck is going on there. Done with the chili flakes. Spiced up his life. I'm gonna take the crab out right now too, since we're almost ready to cook it. So if you were not here earlier on stream, I just divided this up into shorter pieces so that it will fit in the steamer pot back here. Probably be about 3 different rounds of steaming with the different sizes of everything. Because you want to cook the similar sizes of legs or just any food in general with each other so that you don't have overcooked stuff and undercooked stuff. Golden king crab. I know that they said the red king crab is like the most sought after. I don't think I've ever seen golden king crab. But 5 pounds Samo in Alaska for that for $3.25.
That's not bad.
Right? Okay, guys, we're steaming. Look, they're starting to open. That's exactly what we want. It's happening. Gearbox, oh no, they say I took a nap and realized you were on. It's the weekend. It happens. Napping is key. Alaskan king crab is cheaper for Mish than Norwegian king crab. That literally doesn't add up. Make it make sense. I'm gonna open this and give him a little stir. And then you can also, like, as these start to open, I will typically, like, start to pick them out. Get another bowl. We're not gonna put them back into where they came from because they're cooked now. And that way they don't overcook. But yeah, once one starts to open, you'll see mostly the rest of them will start after that. They look really nice and meaty, honestly. I think this is gonna be good. For $16 worth of clams, that's actually quite a bit of meat. They're alive! It's actually so fun. It's like a game, guys, honestly. Cooking seafood like this, it's a game. Reminds me of like Hungry Hippo game or something. Fish them out. Okay, couple left, that's it. And then we'll keep reducing all that wine as we wait for the pasta water. It smells so good, Cookie. The cider makes it smell so nice and sweet. Like the first thing Sam did when he came out of the room was take like a big waft, a sniff of the air. So those didn't even take 5 minutes, guys. Those were like a 2-minute, because the 5-minute timer is just going off now. And we almost have scooped all of them out of the pot. Oh, nice, the big one. I was wondering if I was gonna open or not. And now, because we also cooked the clams in this, all of the flavor from the clams is also in the broth for our pasta dish. So let's see if these will open up, because currently nothing is happening. And like usually what I'm taught in school is like if a shellfish doesn't open after all the rest of them are, that just means it was dead. I did read in an article the other day though, they're like, yeah, just keep cooking the clam and like eventually it'll open or you can pry it open. I was like, what? I've never heard of that. So I think with what we had all open, this is totally okay to discard. I'd rather not risk it. Let's just say it that way. Definitely wouldn't risk it with seafood. So now you can see there's quite a bit of wine to reduce in here for our sauce. I'm just gonna turn that down a touch. And as we pick the meat out of the clamshells, we'll just keep an eye on this until we are happy with what is left so that our pasta can still be nice and saucy. Let's just grab a little bowl for our clams. Cookie, no way. Yeah, way. Was it even the Serious Eats article that said that? Maybe? Yeah, this is what he said. Okay. So he says, a lot of people say you shouldn't eat clams that don't open. Like I said, that's what we're taught in school. He says, this is not true. A shut-tight clam is, if anything, the most vigorous and lively one in the pot. He says it's probably the best one to eat. Keep steaming the clams and they'll eventually open. Sometimes only a crack, and then you can use something to pop open the shell further. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of that. So up to you whether you want to risk it or not, but I'd rather not. Just cook you in wine and enjoy. Me too, Mishi. I'm making clams the way that your family makes them, Gina. Love it. Okay, come on over. Hopefully this is cooled off a bit. How much more do we have to reduce back here? Not too much longer. By the time we pick out this meat, should be good. I think I'm just gonna try with a fork, or if that takes a long time, I'll just switch to my hands. Should be able to come in. I might just switch to my hands. Ooh, they're pretty nice and like tender too. And that's it. Then you can discard the shell. I think it's a finger picking. Nice thing about this is they cool off really quickly. And then all of the juices in the bottom of this bowl back into the pasta pot. You know that you cooked the clams nicely when they come out of the shell really easily like this. And yeah, they are nice and plump and meaty. Good batch of manillas. Oh, that's true actually. Leave a few in the shell just for a garnish photo, White Dove, because it does look good that way. But we don't want to be fooling around with every clamshell in the pasta. But having a couple just on top for photo and presentation is a great suggestion. Mish. No, and I will say, Bonk, like food poisoning from seafood is some of the worst that you'll ever have. Can you keep the clams, like you're saying the shells, Mary, to make stock from? Up to you, right? Like we kind of boiled them once already in the wine. So I'm not really too sure how much more flavor is gonna come out of there. Other than that little bit, the two little mussels are bivalves, if you will, on each side of the shell. That's really the only thing that you'll maybe get some flavor from. So you could definitely try. Just peeking at our pan over there, reducing. It's still happy. Carrying on. Yeah, the ocean doesn't care. Maybe we'll leave that amount left in the shell to put on top for the photo. And then I'm gonna pour the rest of that in the pan right now to keep reducing, because that's all good flavor. Leave those clammies on the side. So that's all the yummy meaty bits that we can mix back in. Let me just wash my hands and we'll go back over. Hopefully the pasta pot will decide to boil soon. I think we got the racetrack opened upstairs. Oh, I turned down the wrong pot. That was the issue, chat. I cranked my steaming pot and I turned down the other one. What's left in here? Okay, we're still good. All right, what's working in this? Scrape the edges a bit now that it's reduced. That's gonna mix into a really nice sauce for those noodles to absorb, but I am gonna cut just a little nub of butter for that pan. I just mixed it up. Hey, be good, camera. Be good. A little nub of butter for when we got the pasta and the herbs and the lemon all together. Yes, the residual heat did not take long, guys. Amazing. Okay, we're gonna do a double view as we finish this up. Sam, may I? Yeah. You can either choose pasta cooking or crab steaming. He has chosen crab steaming. I will be the pasta cooker, guys. Fix that up for all of us. Okay. Here is our pasta noodles. I'm gonna say probably dunk 2 of these nests in to start, just so we don't overwhelm the pot, but we should probably What do you want to do? Stick the crab in first?
Put the pasta in first.
Okay, Sam says put the pasta in first. It'll only be like a 2 to 4 minute cook, guys. I usually just wait until it's all floating. And then you could still try it, right? Try a noodle, see how you feel about it. Whether it needs something more or not. Yeah, someone was asking Cookie like why we put so much egg yolk into this pasta recipe, and I think it's because it makes it so nice and yellow. Everyone's waving at Samo.
It works way better too when we have better yolks.
It works better when we have better yolks? Oh, like nice and dark yellow? Yeah. Not just the pale? This is gonna time out perfectly. You wanna go higher up, guys? Yeah, look at that view. Look at this view that I just concocted for us. That's amazing. See how it's already almost done? So then from the pasta pot, this is gonna go in to over here. So you'll need some tongs. I did separate those, but yeah, you can steam them all together if that's what you want. I separated them into different sizes, whether that matters. Cause like, probably put it on a plate.
Okay.
Cause for eating, right? You feel tall? You should. I'm gonna sneak a noodle out of here. Don't tell anyone. Where's the end? There we go. I usually just like break off a little piece. Okay, a little bit longer and then we're good. Those are tasty though. Definitely taste the fresh milled flour. It's got some good flavors. Are we making food for Wayne? Ouch. Guys, steam is hot. Be careful. I should have used the longer tongs.
Long tongs.
Did you like that, guys? That was pretty professional lifting up. Can I have one more pasta nest, please? It will separate on its own. Thank you.
2 more?
If you want, sure. And I'm gonna turn this off, guys, now. I don't want to cook these noodles anymore. These will start to absorb the rest of the liquid in here. I just want to wait for the next set so we get a little bit more for us. But while we wait, we can start to add our couple of butter nubs. We can use the pasta water. That's why I don't drain the pot usually, Bonk, until I'm all done cooking, because it's so good to just add that bit of starchy consistency. Our lots of green onion and parsley. Maybe we'll save a little bit fresh to sprinkle on top for garnish.
You're full currently, right? Wait, what? You're full currently? Correct.
We're steaming the king crab, Mary, up in this pot over here. It's all cooked through when you buy it, so you could either eat it cold or heat it through for yourself. If you prefer warm crab versus cold crab, you really just have to choose what you enjoy. We're gonna put our bowl of shucked clams back into here. They can take that little bit more of cooking since we scooped them out right away. They definitely won't get overcooked. Look at how that fills that out. And then I'm also just gonna taste how this is coming together. We need extra salt or what? Oh, wow. We do not need any salt. It's actually quite salty already. Is it the pasta noodles that are salty? Let's see. I mean, I followed the recipe for the pasta. Starting to smell the crab over here, so that means it's cooking along. Maybe a minute more. And we'll check it out.
The crab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to smell it, I said. Okay, those other noodles are done too. Ah! Don't! How come it worked so good last time? Stop it. I had to do it, guys. It was being bad. Nice.
2 nubs of butter?
Yeah, we can do the last two. And guys, I'm just turning this on now that we got all the pasta that we want. And the last bit of heat is gonna help this touch of saucy sauce absorb into the noodles. We cooked them al dente, and then I'm just gonna do, to finish, a little bit of lemon. I'm waiting on that. Can I scoop out any more noodles? I don't think so. We're good. Are we checking the crab, Sambo? There's tongs and a spoon there for you. And then lastly, we'll also get this bit of garnish in too. You think you're okay? Holy, this is looking insane. Look at those noodles, guys. Sneaking one. Sam can taste it too. Ah! Oh, the pasta's not salty, but whatever mix is in there is really salty. But I didn't add any salt. I just added cider. So is that just from the cooking the clams in the broth, guys? It's not gonna be too salty. Once we add the lemon though, it's gonna be like literally perfect. Okay, there we go. Soaked up all of the goodness. Well, that's insane.
She's got a sweaty upper lip. That means she's got a fit.
What? And yes, it's warm in here. We were cooking 3 pots on the stove and homemade pasta. No helps. Done.
No helps.
No helps.
All her for real.
Borderlands. What? Won't download. Am I holding the pasta pot and you'll scoop? Yeah, you're helping.
No, I'll do the other part. I'll hold it.
No. Wait.
See? Told you.
Wait.
Way better.
Wait. We needed to add the garnishing. Okay. You're lucky. You're lucky I had to switch it. What won't download? Borderlands? I don't know what's happening anymore. Can you show? No, just like go over this way. Yeah, there you go. Tips the whole pot of pasta over. I showed it. Okay, now we'll scoop from the side. You're playing it right now, Bonk? I know the boys have been playing that, or just Samo.
I'll start a new run with you, Bunk.
He'll start a new run, so now we're gonna swirl our nudes. Oh no. Oh no.
Pay attention to the swirl. Don't worry about
It's
the
too
rest.
long. Get off of the tongs, you nut. If Sam tipped the pasta on the floor, Mish would divorce you.
I know, I've seen that.
Please, I need to. Thank you. We need more there, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at this! You're not even ready for this! That is a baby crab. The crab has come full circle.
You don't have to spin it.
Shh.
Take the garnish out.
I don't even know if we got any clams in with the pasta. Me just yelling into the mic about that. I had to. We're popping off.
Don't eat the baby!
It's too late. It's hidden. It's the other white meat. Ah.
Ah!
I think that's good for now. What? A couple more clammies for the photo? There's an Asiago cheese, please, in the fridge.
Cheese freezer, fridge smells skinny.
That. Do we need more parsley, guys? You can if you want. This pretty parsley heavy dish. I try not to cover the clams up though. Hey, you can't do it yet because I gotta take a photo.
I know.
And then lastly,
Hasn't changed ever in my life.
to finish it off, just a little bit of cheese in the middle. Don't go
Guys,
too crazy
did
with
you
the
know
cheese.
The kid takes a photo at the end of everything.
Do you want any of this food that I cooked today, or? I don't think he wants any of it. Wayne, you're up. White Dove would beg for it? Guys. That's fancy. Okay, and then the really fancy part is this. So you can either choose to put it onto your plate and like eat it with the pasta, but I want to have just a bite of this first. Sauce it up. Get a little clam nubbin on there. Is it good? Oh no, see? We did, yeah, I did get the picture. You made me freak out and think I didn't, but I did sneak it in. Mmm. Mmm. You were like worrying me because you weren't saying anything. I just got like a small little sandy bit on the side, but not bad, bad, bad. The noodles, guys, al dente. It's like buttery, lemony, herby. It doesn't taste like seafood at all, I would say. I'm like, look at this clam. It almost looks like a little chicken oyster, little chicken nugget. So simple, so good. Gonna have one more bite and then we'll crab it up. Did we sprinkle parsley and onions? Yeah, we put some into the sauce, Mary, and then we sprinkled a little bit fresh on top too. The cheese was a good call too. Really, really good. So they have split the shells for us. For the most part, I would say. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way through, so just kind of know that. And then yeah, all we did was steam it the rest of the way through. So and then it's up to you to get all the meaties that you want. Ah! And yeah, in the legs, you'll always have these like, I don't even know what to call them. Tendons, bones that you'll have to pick out as you eat it. The noodles are really good. Right, Samo? Good as always, that recipe. Not overcooked, not undercooked. Nom. White Dove, thank you very much for this. Get into these nuggets. This is deceiving how much meat is in these morsels here. From the body. I always try to keep it together as much as I can. Oh, that's a little bit of a gill. We don't want that. Don't want that flavor. Pull that apart. You can see how flaky the crab is. You do need to treat yourself every once in a while, right? The butter is just like slightly browned tasting. It's so, so nutty. And yeah, really good batch of clams, guys. I got those from the Asian market here. TNT. $16 for all those. I would get them again. That was the first time I've ever bought seafood from the Asian market. And I'm impressed. So then this is a whole chunk of meat, guys. I died. Sissy Bear, did you just like live off of king crab? Man, if I lived in Alaska, I would always try and go crabbing. Fantastic. It's also deceivingly filling, I would say. The crab and seafood, for whatever reason. I don't know why. You can see us with the harpoons. We're out here getting fresh seafood today. Okay. Oh, I'm like spitting crab, my bad. who are we gonna go raid? Excuse me, also, belch of approval for the chef. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. What is happening on the wonderful world of Twitch? You too, girl? Take you crabbing, right? Oh man, if I lived on the ocean again, I would be fishing all the time. Thank you very much, White Dove. I know that the request was 8 months ago, so thanks for being here with us. Hitch is on Greek. Is there someone cooking? Who's this person? Pink Umbrella. This looks fun. Pink Umbrella. She's doing a 7K follower celebration and she's making a cake. Let's go find someone new today. I gotta sneak the keyboard in to set it up. Ouch. The cabinet attacked me. I will wait, Bonk. Wait, why is the ad break 2 minutes long? You're just asking for, like, my own self and also my friends that are watching? Because I'm pretty sure I set them all to 1 minute max. But hey, okay. Pink _ umbrella. We'll get it set up. Ads with a sub? I don't know what's going on anymore. Boom. Okay, it says it's intended for mature audiences, and yes, we have never been there before, so if you're watching with kids, just keep that in mind for your own self and safety. We don't know what happens on the internet. It's a pretty wild place. Alright guys, we will be back tomorrow with another menu redemption for Yet It Is. And we're cooking some Korean foods, fire chicken, corn cheese, and we'll make a nice fresh cucumber salad to go along with that. Everyone, thanks for being here today. Thanks for all of the long-term resubs and like the lots and lots of bits. We're now at 60% of the way through our goal to go to Calgary IRL trip together on stream. And I wanted to also shout out to the anonymous tipper for a $100 tip today through PayPal. So glad you're treating yourself to a nice meal. Hope this helps a little on the cost. Love it. Thank you so much to whoever did that. I don't know who it was. Okay, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific. Hope to see you then. Samo's in heaven right now, and I'm about to go meet him there too. Love y'all. Stay safe. And thank you once again, White Dove, for requesting this today. See you tomorrow. Bye.